chicos and chicas, welcome to Chicha Chicas.
Yeah. Back to another podcast. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a while because we've all been traveling like nonstop, literally to the point that we came back and we're like, guys, let's chill out on traveling and let's get together because we're all gone. And I've been hearing some stories about you, Anisa. What have you been up to?
Well, I just came back from my vacation, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah, and actually we were talking about it recently with Laura, and yeah, I actually also want to hear your opinion regarding that as well, because we had, well, we are almost in the same background, like East European style and everything mindset, but our opinion are completely different.
Like, honestly, I was shocked when we were talking about this, and I was just like, we can't, like, we are geographically, like, our traditions are the same, like, how can we be so different? But I mean, I guess,
so what's the topic? I'm on the edge of my seat here.
So basically, it was about, like...
Dating.
Yeah.
Just say it.
But there are a lot of topics about dating, so...
Which one? I say that she is like engaged and she's happily with her fiancé. Sorry, I forgot the word. But it's just for me, when I date, it's okay to split the bill or pay for a guy. But for Laura, she was like... she couldn't accept that part of me, and she was literally judging me for that.
I mean, I was giving her the side eye because I feel like it's okay to be different, of course, and I don't judge. I didn't judge you, but I was just shocked because to me it was so obvious that I've been in a relationship for a long time, so to me it was just so obvious that it's we don't split. Like, I mean, he takes a bill, I would take another bill. And yeah, Anisa was just telling me that she's going out with someone and she will offer straight away to split. And
But not on the first date, right?
Okay, so, but obviously your point of view is like my point of view. We are in a like long-term relationship, so it's different. But before then, would you also not offer to split the bill? Like if a person takes you out and on the first date says, let's split the bill, would you go out with them again?
Oh, well, no. So it depends. If he offered, I'm assuming that he wanted to take me out, like he was asking me for a date, because I wouldn't necessarily ask a man out on a date. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but I haven't done that before. But if he asks me out on a date and it's the first date, then why would I even offer? Why would it come up? Like he offered to see me. So I kind of feel like he's treat, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean,
like it's the first impression, I guess. Like, so my stand on this is that if it's the first date, it's okay because it's the first impression. It's the man taking you out and la 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 la.
You mean it's okay? So what, to split or not?
No, it's okay for him to pay.
Ah, okay.
I can see your
It's okay on the first date, even second. Why not? But I would not expect him every single time that we go out for him to pay. Like. It's not that, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it should not be the wallet. It's not my wallet. It's a person at the end of the day. And I can also pay for myself. Like, But
would you pay for both of you?
Honestly, I'm not into the, you have to pay every time, whatever I want. Where either it's the coffee or vacations. Like, if it's vacation, I guess, like, we will split. But for a coffee, okay, you paid last time, so I will pay this time.
Okay, so after how many dates would you say that... I mean, because we kind of do this with my long-term partner, right? But I wouldn't think that in the beginning I would be like this. And I don't think I would.
This is what I'm telling. Like, on the first 3 dates, 4 dates, okay.
But just with men you're dating in general, or also, like, if you go out with... I don't know, like, let's say you go out with your girlfriends... and there's like, I don't know, 2 other guys. And I don't know, you're not dating, but you're all kind of going out together. Would you expect them to pay for you guys?
I don't think it's really about expectations. I don't know how to say it. No, because
they have to.
How to say, like, if you are going out with some guys, I'm not going in a way like, oh, so they will pay for us. But at the same time,
you expect that.
No, but it really depends on many things. Who are these guys?
Yeah.
Are these my friends? how good of friends we are. Because I have some guy friends. We are friends for so long. He's not paying anything for me anymore. Like in the beginning, he was paying. And then something changed. I don't know what. I don't know why he changed.
No, I think it's also like, in the situation of like, okay, not just paying, but the chivalry in general. Like, let's say I'm with my partner and my friends are in the car. Like, I would be upset if he would drop you off on the side of the road. Like, I would expect him
but
to
this
offer
is
to
different.
take you
if
home.
he dropped us on the side, like in, and then we have to.
Same with the payment. Like, if we are out and let's say it's my partner and my friends and it's fine if my friends want to pay. Like I'm flattered. Like, mashallah, we are all splitting into 5 different ways. But like I wouldn't be happy to see my fiance waiting for my friends to bring out their wallets.
I don't know.
split
For me,
the
that
bill.
one is different. That one really depends on
Who is the friend?
Who is the friend?
And
I don't
how
know.
frequently also. Like, I
Yeah,
would not
many things.
expect your fiancé, again, like every time, putting out his wallet, paying for... At some point, I would be like, okay, let me treat you. Even if
Yeah.
it's your fiancé. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
you know?
no, I wouldn't say every time, but I also definitely wouldn't say that I want to split every time. Especially at the first date, that the conversation with me and Anisa was more like...
it's like if the guy wants to pay, I'm flattered. Please go ahead, but it means I have to cover something else. Well, if we are going after to watch a movie, I will buy a popcorn or I will buy the tickets. Like
Attention.
Really?
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like
Even
it's
like-
just him, but it's the
yes,
two
I'm
of
also
us.
putting some gesture.
Yeah.
Like it's not my mentality.
Do you offer
Yeah.
to pay though? Like that's my question. Like when you go out on dates, do you say let's split the bill?
Guys, I feel
don't do that.
embarrassed. Yeah, no, I feel embarrassed asking them. I'm there and it happened to me.
I don't ask. I just paid. When he goes to the washroom, or I will say I'm going to the washroom, I will go to hostess and pay.
But like,
pay
you
the
would
whole
always
meal.
be embarrassed,
Yeah.
Valentina? Like
All the
every
time.
single time?
Not all the time, but if, for example, just a sample, we went out and he paid for, I don't know, our activities, let's say, in a way, and we went to have lunch, I would pay for the lunch because he was paying, like, for our activities. So it's kind of like splitting.
Are you talking about someone you're seeing or you're dating? Like, are you in a relationship or not yet? If you're offering this, or it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, for me, like, if
Even if I'm in a 5-year relationship, it's gonna be the same until we're married. After we're married, it's gonna be our like
Money.
That's
money.
different. Okay,
It's
yeah.
both of our money. So anyway, I have to pay them.
For me, if it's the beginning of the relationship, I just wouldn't ask at all. I think.
I don't ask. That's the
It
point.
depends, but I wouldn't even go behind his back and pay for him. You know, like, I would just. I don't know. I feel like I would be like a lady and not really care about the money part. Like it's. Let him care about it.
with me, so you broke your wallet.
Exactly. But once I'm in a relation, like when I was in a relationship, of course, I was doing something like this. Like sometimes you pay, sometimes I do. But it's different because especially if you're living with the person, yeah. Okay, again, it depends on the relationship. But for me, whenever I was in a relationship and living with the guy, it was kind of, we had our money together. So it didn't really matter that much.
But before then,
But
You had to
before,
pay.
like, okay, if we are in the stage of getting know each other, yes, I kind of feel embarrassed to ask, like, oh, should we split? Or, oh, let me pay for it. I wouldn't.
But
Like,
me, I never ask though. Like it's either I'm taking out my card or he's taking out his card, and then whoever comes first. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you are
wait,
not
you
like
would play the
50-50.
who comes first
No,
part
no.
with
But
a-
I mean,
on the date.
we won't, you know. but
No, but I get your point though.
like it's not. Hey, should we split? You know, like I would not pop the question in the middle, like after.
then how would you do it?
But okay, let's say the waiter comes and then he's like, you know, you've cut your card out. The waiter comes, he asks, do you guys want to split the bill? Like, what would you? Because obviously this question's been
But
asked.
it's like you. For example, sometimes I'm like, okay, I'll take it. And so
Yeah.
now you take charge of that situation. Or he would say, okay, I'll take it.
What if you
Then
don't
take-
see him take charge?
Huh?
You'll take it.
If you don't see him
But
take charge.
like I say, like,
Yeah.
Oh my god,
if
there's
it's
not
the
gonna be a
first-
second date.
Exactly, yeah.
But like, I would know know what kind of person he is.
Yeah.
If it's the first or second date, like I
Yeah.
won't be like, okay, you bastard, you know.
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, I'm taking it. If he's not taking charge, I'll be like, okay, it's fine. I'll move on. Of course, I won't judge the whole person just based on that moment, but I'll be like, okay, it's the second date. You know what I mean? Let's see what it goes after. How it goes.
Yeah, to me it's even
I
weird.
won't-
I mean, I think in different countries it's different, but like sometimes when the waiters ask you to split the bill, it's already weird for me, to be honest. This question when I
Yeah,
hear from
actually,
a waiter,
yeah.
I can just see your side eye at the man, like,
I'm like, you know, 'cause this happened to me once when we were out on a date, and then the waiter would come and ask, and I was like, come again? Like, why are you implying? Like, just put down the bill, and we were, you know, like,
I mean, if the waiter asks me, do you want to split the bill? I will ask the guy, do you want to split the bill?
yeah, like it would
like-
be literally like, do you want to split the bill?
I feel like for me, I'm like on both sides in the sense that I don't have an expectation, but I'm also like, I like to treat my man. But also, I think that, okay, well, for me, it's obviously different. I'm married. I mean, me and Dante, our money is like together. I don't know. But let's say Dante didn't exist. He will exist forever. But I don't know. I would also feel like I'd want to pay for the first bill just because I like feeling bossy. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to... Like, in a way, I like to feel feminine and like taken care of.
Yeah.
But in another way, I feel like I know that I got my own back. And I'm here because I want to be here. And I don't know, like, I like to be in charge. So it's almost like if you're like, no, I got it, no worries. But I'm like you, like, I would, let's say, go to the waitress and pay for it. Like, I wouldn't make someone feel awkward in front of people. I would just
Exactly.
pay for it to wow you, and then, like, I'm done, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But
not
also not forever. Like, this is
Yes.
more like to show how I am, how I operate, and then after, well, put me my feminine
Okay,
side.
let me tell you something. I think if you would do it on a first date,
Yeah.
if you were in that case,
Yeah.
I don't think that the guy would ever look at you in a way that, oh, I have to pay for this girl.
Because he would already be like, okay, so this woman
Why?
is just...
no, I don't
Yeah.
agree. No.
No, I mean,
I did it many
Yeah, like, you
times.
kind of need to also teach the man. I mean, I'm sorry
not to
say
teach,
this,
but like if you're giving this impression, like, oh, I will pay for myself, what if he will think that, oh,
This
this,
is what you
guy,
like.
But
yeah,
not for, she didn't say for herself, but like the whole bill.
yeah,
No?
but then
or for yourself, like
No,
as a
no,
splitting.
the whole bill, yeah.
Yeah,
but still, like the message is that, oh, you never have to pay for me, I can pay for myself,
But
and
this is also what he can say for us as well. Like, oh, so I will always have to pay for you. You will
yeah,
never-
like I mean, I will push out the baby for you.
The food present comes from the first date.
But no, what I mean is that, like, it's not because she decided to pay on the first or on the 10 dates that it means that she's that kind of person and she will always put out the card. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't want someone to be just my wallet and I'll be like, okay. Like, I would just assume that he will always pay. You know what I mean? Like, it's...
I think it's kind of how we went around this topic with my partner is that he offers every time. But of course, he feels good when I surprise him with something. So
Yeah.
so he will accept the surprise if it comes genuinely. But
Yeah.
also he will never ever ask me or expect me to pay, and I also don't have to feel entitled to offer him to split the bill. Like I will never be at a restaurant and feel like, okay, this time I need to like ask him. But if it comes naturally, or if I know I don't know, he has a bad day, like let me order something.
Yeah.
But okay, like, it's your fiance, so of course you will. If he split the bill, there is something wrong. It's either you pay or he pay.
I think
But you need to get there.
On the boyfriend girlfriend stage, like I know
Yeah.
you for 10 days. I'm like, I don't know.
I get you. I think that it depends. Like, I feel like you have to know what you want, and then so does your partner. In the sense, like, I don't know how to explain this, but I also feel, like me and Dante, we've talked about this before, and we both agree in a way that you shouldn't be going on dates if you can't afford to have a partner. As a man, like, I don't know, we were talking about this because when you step up as a man, you have to look after your woman. She may not need it. I mean, the goal is, you know, that you guys don't depend on each other 100%. Like, you should add to each other's lives. But be like, you have to be her man, you know? Like, what if she does need it? You should be there to step in. So, I mean, it's nice to have fun and all, but if you're just out to have fun, then have fun, but like, don't look to go into anything serious if you can't afford it. And I don't mean this with like Dior purses and I don't know, like not materialistic
like
things, like
yeah,
but just like, it will take dates. So be ready to potentially pay for both, you know? I don't know, like, I feel like me and Dante, when we met, we were a lot younger. So our financial situation was a lot different. And there was a lot of times where I paid for him, but I really believed in him. Like, I just knew the type of person he was. And I knew that when he would achieve his goals, he would look after me and he would take care of me, whether I needed it or not. And he does, you know? So I also feel like it depends on you as a person to read that person. He might not even have the funds to pay for you in that moment. But if you really like him and you see the potential in him and you're like, okay, it's fine, I will help you grow, or we will grow together. And then when the time comes, I know you got my back and I got yours. Then I also think this doesn't matter at the beginning. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it just depends on where you are mentally and like what you are looking for.
Yeah, but if you're going out with a grown-up man,
Grown up, yeah.
I mean you were teenagers, okay? That's different. True. We are not going out with teenagers anymore, right?
Yeah.
So
We are not in the, I mean, to me, it comes down also to chivalry. Like, I know I can pay for my, I mean, I have a full-time job. We have our own salary. At the end of the day, I want somebody who matches me in this sense. Like, I have my own money. So if I want to spend time with somebody, I want to spend it in the sense that we match. And it's not like I take care of the man all the time, or I have to feel like I need to take care of him all the time. And it's just like the chivalry, like it's the same, like I want him to open the door and take me home.
That's
I mean,
so awkward.
you know?
When the guy opens the door for me, I was like, okay, good, thank you.
It's like,
I don't know, like last time when the guy tried to open the door, I was like, no, just go back.
what? Why?
I don't know, it's just, I'm not,
You're not good at being loved.
I guess.
what if I open the door for you? Would you would you feel weird as well?
I will be flattered.
Okay. No, so basically I think that whoever initiates the date should pay for it. I mean, and you can just easily not initiate a date then if you don't want to pay. You know what I mean?
And then you'll never pay.
Then you never pay again.
But yeah, no, I agree that like first dates, okay, it's fine. The guy pay if he wants to, or if it's in my personality and if I'm willing to pay, I will pay for it because like it's genuine, it's coming from the heart, so I don't mind. But yeah, generally I don't agree on the man paying for everything every time. Either it's just me and him, or me and his friends. Or
Wait, so if we all went out, because your fiance hasn't met some of us,
yeah.
and we had like a birthday dinner, would you expect him to cover for all of us?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so if he would. But also, I wouldn't expect him to organize a birthday dinner if he doesn't have the means to cover for all my friends. Like, it doesn't bother me if my friends will offer and they will end up paying. What would bother me is that you organize a birthday into a very, very nice restaurant. You tell everybody to come there, and then you expect everybody to pay. Like, I mean, come on, you organized it. So in a way, I would feel like he should be, because he initiated the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really like on the initiation part. Like he's organizing it, so you have to.
I
take
wouldn't
care
expect my friends
from
to
A
be
to
able
Z.
to pay for a 3-course dinner, because not all my friends can
I
afford
have that question to Kaori. Say,
Where are we all going?
is organizing a party for you, like inviting, I hope, us. And would you expect him to pay for us? Or knowing Dante, he will. Knowing Dante, he will pay. But
To be honest, I don't expect anything from him. The only thing I expect... Okay, sorry, let me retake that back. There's only one thing I expect him to pay for, and that's my parents and his family. Like, anyone that's... Like my parents, they come first along with his mom, you know? So if we were to go out with our family, I would expect us to pay for our family.
Yeah,
that's
that
just
makes
round
sense.
one.
Same.
But actually, I will be honest, I really do. I told you this, like, as long as he does it from his heart and he really wants to do it, I don't know because he wants to do it, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm happy like he can choose to do that, you know. But actually, I almost feel awkward when he pays for you guys because I feel like it makes you feel awkward, and then also it makes me feel like he has 6 wives, and I'm like, what is happening? Why is he paying for so many women? You know. But I don't mind it. Like I think it's nice, but I just wouldn't want him to pay all the time because he's not your husband. So it almost makes it feel weird, you know.
It's not that all the time. It's as how you said. It's the initiation.
Yeah.
Like you invite people for my birthday. You come up with this idea, and then you kind of expect everybody to be able to afford your idea. It's a bit
But
weird.
if you cannot afford, you don't go.
I also this is the thing. I feel like
You say
it depends.
also, yeah.
It depends, right? If I okay, let's just talk about me because anyways, I don't see Dante planning a birthday party.
Yeah,
But
then tomorrow.
maybe. But if I was to be like I don't know, try to plan something. I feel like for me, it's more about, do we all want to go there?
Exactly.
Can we all cover this? I don't know. But again, it depends on how you put it out. Because if you're like, hey, I'm planning to take Audi here. Do you guys want to come? Right? Like, this is something that I feel like he's not organizing it. He's just taking me there and he's asking if more people would like to come.
Yeah.
But if he's like, I'm throwing Kauri a party, be here, whole dinner at I don't know where, then yes, and you're planning it, you cover it. Like, why would you invite people? I don't know. You know, this is like my mind.
This is my point. Like, I mean, of course, if you girls come up with an idea and you invite my fiance, we came up with this idea for Laura. Like, let's do it all together. It's different. Like, of course, he will not even think really that he should. But then again,
if I initiate the idea, then you expect me to cover for everyone?
I mean, if you are the only one,
I don't have the money.
Exactly. Like, I wouldn't say
Guys,
that
chip
girls-
in.
It's kind of the same. Like, I will host a dinner party and I will invite you over, guys, and then ask for money at the door when you get into my apartment. Like, I will not offer you to come over if I cannot host you for the dinner, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of, this is my take on that. But I wouldn't. Like, it's also, I mean, we don't all have to be millionaires to be friends. Like, I don't expect my man to always pay or
No,
to be
I
my
understand
friend.
what you say.
Yeah, but for example, let's say about birthdays, fine.
Okay.
We are going to a birthday with my family, and my dad is there, and he's saying, "Oh, you can invite some friends over as well."
Oh wow!
Like, imagine my father not paying for my friends. That would be so weird. And he's a man, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be a fiance,
partner,
boyfriend, or whatever. Just let's put it in that way, like a father.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird if a father
The
is...
father always pay usually.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like,
Yeah, but like you know, their parents. It's like taking care of. Like he will see you as the children as well. You know. Like
I get it.
Yeah, but you're an adult, right? And you have your
I'm
money.
still her baby girl anyway. I can be 40 or you know, like it's different.
It's also like, for example, if I'm going out with my brother, like he's a man, but I am an older sister, I want to pay for him. Isn't it also like...
Actually.
Man, my brother he went off on me when I paid for myself. Like, he got so mad. He was like, okay, fine. Like, if Dante's here and you guys want to take part of your bill, you go. Because basically, I ordered sushi. And, you know, I'm with his family and stuff. And I know that he can cover the whole bill. That's not the issue. The issue is that I'm a hungry woman. I want to eat. And I don't want to feel like you have to cover all of my food needs. So I paid for myself. But, you know, like here in Dubai, you can just scan the QR code and pay for your stuff. So I did that. And then when he got the bill and he saw that it was a lot cheaper than he expected, he was like, why is it this? And then I was like, oh, I paid for my part. Oh, wow. He got so mad. He was like, are you crazy? You're my little sister. How dare you pay for yourself? Like, he got really
But
mad.
actually, it's interesting because what of you saying, like, you're the little sister. So
Yeah.
of course, he will cover for you. Me, I'm the bigger sister. So I cover most of the time for my little
Exactly.
brother. Like, he doesn't
They
have money.
expect
Yeah.
me
How
to
little
pay.
is your brother?
Yeah, but
I don't have a brother, first of all. I have a cousin. It came to me.
you just made up a brother.
So how old is your cousin?
No, he's young. Like, he's how old is he?
Are you sure he's younger than you?
He
Or
is,
he's
but
just,
younger.
he's just letting you think that, so you keep paying for him.
But again, it's a different
No, I
situation,
checked,
you
he
know?
is.
Yeah, he's a cousin. Yeah.
I just think that where you're coming from is the fact that now you're an adult and you look for a provider. You
Yeah.
wouldn't look to be with a child. Like, you don't want to create a family with someone that cannot provide.
Yeah,
Exactly,
But I think
yeah.
I get that.
everyone, like everyone wants someone to provide. Like either it's the man or the woman.
Yeah, but
It's just
imagine
like-
you don't even let him show that he's a provider.
I think you can be a good judge of character. Like, it doesn't have to put on the table the credit card to say, okay, I'm a provider. Sometimes they can put, like, they can say, okay, I will pay for that restaurant, but at the end of the day, they cannot afford to buy pasta tomorrow. You know what I mean? So to me, it should not be like, you should not judge someone just because he paid the first date or the second one. Like, it's by knowing him, it's by, you know, like, personality wise and stuff like that. It should not be like,
I feel like for Valentina and Laura, it's mainly like the chivalry, you know, like, it might not be like, oh, pay for everything the whole day, but pay for the dinner, drop me off home, pick me up. Like, they're not asking for buy me the whole designer shop. They're just
like
things.
if you cannot afford a fancy dinner, don't. Like, let's not go there. Like, let's have a picnic. But like be kind of be the adult man, like exactly how Valentina was saying that our father wouldn't expect our friends or our family to pay. I would kind of want the same feeling from my partner. And whenever I would date somebody, I mean now I don't have to, but like previously even I would always go into it with a lot of respect that he might be eventually my husband. So I would expect that kind of respect from day one and then ongoing forever as well. Like I would not. I mean, of course, again, like I will offer sometimes if it comes from my heart, but I would not want to be a pressure that I need to split the bill.
It says a lot about someone if like how they are treating you on the first date, right? That's why it's important. Like. It's just so weird. That's why I was saying that if you are going to pay behind his back on the first day, that he will not have this pressure, not a pressure, but like he will not feel like, okay, so next time I should pay for her because she will pay for herself anyways. You will give him the message. No, but you will give him the message that, this girl wants to provide herself. Like,
good
for her. And but he will respect you in that way, you know?
Okay, so let's have a thought. What if you just because I feel like there's a lot of gold diggers, right? So how do you differentiate yourself from this is where I guess my thought goes, like, I'm not with you for your money. If you can provide for me, amazing, but I'm not with you for your money. I'm with you because you are gentle, you are kind, you are respectful, loyal, honest, like, you know what I mean? There's so much more than just money that how do I, because in today's world there's a lot of gold diggers. I mean, it may be men or women. People are out for people's money, you know? So I guess what also goes, the thought process behind that is to show you that I'm not here because I want your money. But of course, don't be stingy. Like, the moment I see that you're a stingy person, no. I don't, there's a difference between wanting to show you that I can provide for myself, but I'd love for you to provide for me. But I'm not here because you're a millionaire, for example, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So... But I also don't like stingy people. Like, don't be shy to be generous and do things. And again, it has nothing to do with, I go back to designer, but like, you don't have to buy me a car or a hotel. Like, I don't really care. But be generous. Like, there's so many ways to show generosity. So if I see that you're not doing that, and generosity can even come with, I can't drop you off tonight, but let me order you a taxi back home. That's generous, you know? I don't know.
To me, it's that you can tell if somebody's gold digger if she's only looking at the higher end part. Like, kind of the same goes that, okay, you cannot, you don't have a car, you don't have money to pay for my taxi, then walk me back home. And that's kind of what, for example, we started off, because I was also super young when we met. And he didn't have a car at the time.
Yeah.
And he brought all the way, like, he came with me on the bus and took me home and walked me home to my door. And that was, again,
that's cute.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
This is so cute. Yeah.
So like, you don't have to be a millionaire. And that's how you know that she's also not a gold digger. Because I don't need the Lamborghini to drive me back home. But like,
that's the test. What if that was the test? And then the next day he picks you up in the Lamborghini and you passed the test. Check. She stayed with me on the bus ride. But I guess it goes both ways, you know? Like, when you're successful as a woman or a man, you want to know that that partner is not there because of your success. But then you also want to know that he's not stingy and he can provide for you and he can look after you, and he has, I don't know, he's a generous person and a kind person. So
also, I feel like a gold digger would always try to push the guy to take her to the nicest restaurants.
True.
True.
Or
To
on
be honest, I
vacation,
don't know
or,
what-
or she would walk towards those brands, you know, like you can feel,
Stores
yeah,
and say that I only meet you if you get me flowers. Like,
exactly, because there are some girls who are saying it like,
No, I
"Also, where is
definitely need my flowers.
I mean, I need flowers.
I got to Dante one time when he didn't get me flowers. I was like, where are my flowers? No, I'm just kidding. But flowers, again, flowers are not an expensive thing. You can pick a
Depends,
flower
it
off
can
the
be.
ground and
Yeah,
it
exactly,
you know, like,
Yeah.
like I just want to feel feminine, like, you know.
exactly.
But again, I don't need crazy things for this.
Yeah.
Like if you pick a flower off the ground because you thought of me and then you're like, here you go, I'm happy with that.
Exactly.
And yeah, and so imagine that you are going to a coffee shop, which is not a really expensive thing, right? Like
He's like,
you-
split the bill,
and and split the bill. You are stingy.
yeah, but so this is what I'm saying. It depends.
yeah, it
I would
depends.
pay. Like,
If he asks to,
if it's like, again, to me, first date, if he pays, fine. But if it's 5 dirhams, like you say, I would pay.
yeah, but
Like,
what if?
split 3 dirhams in two, like one and
No,
a
but that's the
one and a
point.
half for me,
That's
one and a-
different then.
This
You don't
is just
split.
stupid. Yeah.
But I think that imagine you do that,
Yeah.
and over like okay, let's say 20 dirham,
Yeah.
and I don't know, and he says split the bill. I would pay, and I would just be like, "Oh my god, I forgot, but I have a really important meeting, and I'll see you never again."
Yeah, I would pay, and then I would just know what kind of person.
Yeah.
Again, like,
You would pay, but like
If
you
you
would
don't-
say
if-
to pay, or he already asked you to
so
split.
on that situation where you say like you have to split 20 dirhams.
Okay.
I'll be like, you know what? I would just
Yeah,
have
yeah.
the card.
And then I would never see him.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Would you?
Depends on the person. Like maybe there is a reason behind it. Like we never
Second
know.
I mean, that's actually a red flag, but I
It
would
is, but
pay
like-
full amount. Like,
I would, yes,
Everybody,
in that,
yeah.
but would you see the guy again? No, would you?
Yeah, I think she
I
would.
would.
But I think this
Oh
is a
my
problem
God.
of standards. Your standards are very low. Like, and I think that you struck a chord with me because I realized that I was basing my thoughts on someone that was like 17, 16 years old. But now that I'm older, and I mean, I'm with Dante and we're both older, but let's say that just in general, this woman is older and she's going on dates as an older person. You don't want to be with someone that asks you to split for 20. Like, I understand what you're saying about it depends on the person's situation, but baby, if you're going on a date with a 30-something-year-old man and he cannot afford to pay 20 dirhams, he should not look into a relationship.
Yeah,
he
like,
should
I was feeling
he should save up a little and then call you back when he's ready
No,
to
but
pay.
of course, like, first dates. Again, I'm
Maybe
repeating
he's from
myself
high
for the
school.
third time, but first dates, of course, it would be nicer for him to pay. But then, if it, what will I do? Like, I won't split 1.5 dirham into two.
No, of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course, but this is the...
I would pay for it
yeah.
and then move on, and then maybe I'll be like, okay, let's move on with that guy as well. But
Yeah.
I won't like look at him in the eyes and be like, okay, so 0.75 for you, 0.75 for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I also think, like, I saw this actually on TikTok. This woman, she made a video that she was, like, shocked. I think she was in a restaurant or in a, I don't know where she was, but she was saying that she was watching these two girls on a date with two men and they got up to pay. And she was shocked. She was like, I cannot believe that they're paying for them or for themselves or whatever. And I also think that, like, judging from the outside, you shouldn't judge, you know, like,
Yeah.
also, I just think that it's dependent on your situation. Like, what if they went to pay, but they took the husband's credit card, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, like, for example, as well, now let's go back to 20 dirham for 1 second. It may be that you go on a date, he looks after the bill at the restaurant, then I would like to look after the coffee or whatever, or the dessert. It's just kind, like how he's being generous one way, I'd like to be generous back, you know?
Yeah, but you can. Okay, I can be generous. But let's say he's taking me on a nice dinner, which is, for example, I'm just telling random numbers, 1,000 dirhams.
Yeah.
I can be generous and invite him for a nice coffee, which is 50 dirhams. Like,
Yeah, I just mean it's the
I
gesture.
wouldn't necessarily pay for the next dinner. I can pay for something
I
else.
think it's the gesture. I'm talking about the gesture
Yeah,
of like,
exactly. Yeah.
Gesture.
Yeah.
I
Of
think
course.
like overall, probably men don't want to feel used, right? So you shouldn't make it look like that you are only here for the dinner and you're only here that he pays for you. But of course, like again, he chose the really nice restaurant, you choose a really nice whatever you can afford, and then that's gonna be your gesture. And if that's like a nice coffee that you can afford, it's gonna be a nice coffee.
Sometimes I just feel like that it can also be so offensive towards the guy if you are offering to pay. Because it happened to me as well, like, and sometimes it really depends on the person as well, but they can get so offended if you even think about paying for yourself or for him as well. Like,
nice.
There are some people like that. I like those people.
I mean,
And that's why I'm
once-
not offering.
I mean, not once. It actually normally happen when I say, okay, I want to take care of this. And they're like, oh, why are you paying? And if I'm interested in the guy, I would be like, okay, next time you will pay. Like, I can't say that, like...
But it's genuine. Like,
But-
you wanted to, but you wouldn't take that stand.
It's
if
mean
it
that I
wasn't-
want the second date
Yeah.
and I want him to pay for it. And it doesn't mean I'm going to take him to, I don't know, fancy restaurant. It's just my gesture of showing my interest.
Do you
into-
always split the bill?
Not always.
Like out of 10 times? Sorry,
Maybe
do
3,
you
4.
split and take care of the
okay.
bill?
I fully take care of it. I don't like splitting it. I will split it.
Oh,
If it's
But-
1,000.
Yes, if it's a big amount, yes, I don't mind to split
so
it.
you take care of it mostly?
No,
Like out of
No.
10 dates, how many do you take care of?
4
3,
times.
4 maybe.
Same, okay. So what about like getting dropped, like getting picked up and dropping, like getting you dropped off? Do you,
I love it. It's really sweet, but it's not necessary. Like,
I feel like,
Depends. Like, if he has a car, we go
Yes,
in the
if
same
he has
direction,
a car-
drop me. But if you live in Monaco and I live in Barcelona,
no, there is a difference.
So where's your private jet?
no, of course you'll be like, okay, I will get you a taxi. Actually, I've never been in that situation yet, but when it will happen, I will let you know about the dropping and the process of it. But like, I will, like, for example, the friends, like Kaori's, we are going toward that same direction. So when she's offering, I'm like, thank you. Like, it's super sweet. Like, you're making a detour for me. But like, if you live in Monaco and I live in Barcelona, I won't expect you to go to Monaco first and then go back to Barcelona. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
what if he has a car, he asks you on a date, but he doesn't come and pick you up? Is that
Maybe
that okay?
he's busy. Maybe
but
we're after
again,
work.
If you're on the way,
Yeah, only if so he shouldn't make the effort.
but imagine if like, let's say the restaurant is like at 15
then when you
minutes from
go-
his house, but 10 minutes from mine. You want him to do that?
what about getting, like,
It doesn't make
like
sense.
getting your cab? Like, oh, what time, I will send a cab for you. What time do you want to get picked up?
If it does it, it's amazing.
But you don't care.
Again, if it does it, it's amazing. Always when the men take a stand, it's amazing. But if it don't, I won't be like, oh, what the bastard? Like, you know what I mean?
What about
Like,
you?
Like I mean, again, with the time when I started dating someone, he didn't have a car, so I wasn't really expecting him. But
Okay, let's say you're single right now.
If
Remove
I
your
was-
ring, like
yeah,
Roland is
to
not
me,
here, like-
if I was single now, I would be a red flag. Like, why are you not picking me up? If you have a car, why are you not picking me up? What can be the reason? Like, okay, maybe if we are meeting right after work and the traffic is crazy and if we don't make it and that we have a reservation by the time, I could understand.
The
But
only
what-
reason would be that he's lazy.
But what's the other
Why are you
reason?
lazy to
Is
see?
the
And
laziness? Because then you're lazy to see me. Okay, then I'm lazy to
It's
see
like,
you.
so if you live at 10 minutes from the coffee shop and him at 50 minutes opposite side,
Yeah,
you want him to do...
it's just 10 minutes detour for you, right? And then if I live further, then actually it makes sense. And anyway, you will be sitting with me, like with your date in the car. So you are actually already on a date when you pick me up. So it's just, to me, it sparks me
What
this
is your
question.
stand, Curry?
I realized that I never thought that deep into it. Like, I guess I never really cared.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree. Like, I don't know, if you have a car, honestly, I really don't know. Because when I all I can think about is Dante. When we met, we didn't have a car. But Dante used to go out of his way in public transport all the time to come see me or whatever. But yeah, we met in the middle.
Yeah.
He would not come because, for example, London is huge. It takes you. It would take me and Dante like 1 hour or longer to get to each other from the opposite side of London. So if we're meeting in central London, I wouldn't expect him to come all the way to me if we could just meet in the middle. I don't know. I guess I never like thought of it that deeply.
I mean, okay, it happened to us before as well, where when we didn't have a car and then we would meet in the middle. But especially if you have a car, and I mean, once we got a
Or
car,
a car in London.
Yeah.
Imagine.
or
A car in Paris for me, like
in
imagine.
Dubai. I'm sorry, but
Or
like
in Dubai, yeah.
But I mean, to me, it's if you have a car and we live in the same city and we are dating, and especially if I'm thinking to date you seriously, I mean, my poor guy had to come and pick me up every day at work, and it was on the opposite side of the city. This man had
This
to
is
come and show
amazing.
up.
Like, honestly, this is amazing again. But this is not a mandatory. Like, if you do it, it's 10 points.
I just
honestly.
think it depends on person. Like
Yeah.
for Lara, it was mandatory. If he wasn't gonna do it, he wasn't gonna be her fiance.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah, that's right. To me,
it's just
not
it's a waste of time in that case. If you are not making the effort, then I can just see my friends.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
sorry,
we have high standards as well. Because no, I remember my ex was always taking me home. It didn't matter what time was it or what other plans he had after seeing me. Sometimes he would just take me home in the middle of the night, and he had to wake up just a few hours later. Or it also happened that I don't know, he would drive 2 hours just to pick me up, like, and that was the standard.
My standards are so lower.
You have stories to share, I think.
I'm not saying that all the men should do this all the time, but that's what I'm used to. Like,
Yeah.
someone was
Yeah,
treating me like this once, then I
It's
don't know.
weird,
It
yeah, if you
feels
can.
weird that someone else doesn't want to do that to
Yeah.
me.
I think that, I mean, actually, you are right. I guess because even, I mean, I don't know. Again, I never thought that deep into it. But if I was to deep a little, like just deep it a little more, like even with Dante, I remember this because it was like, again, we were teenagers, but it was so cute. I remember I had to go to LA and I stayed over at his house, and then even though we didn't have a car, I took an Uber. He came all the way with me to the airport, and then he took the train back home, but he made sure that he left me there at the airport, you know? And he didn't need to, because anyways, it wasn't
so
far
cute.
from his apartment, from his house, you know?
Yeah.
So actually, yeah, and it made a huge difference for me. Like in the moment, I was like, wow, like he really cares. He really, I don't know. It just shows that like someone cares. So I do get it. But especially now that we're married and like I know that he would do so much for me, I will always see if I can make his life easier as well. So for example, if we are going somewhere, I mean, now he got me a car to make my life easier, so I wouldn't ask him to come pick me up. But before then, if I can meet him somewhere, because I know the traffic here is crazy, I will. And it won't change how I feel about him, because I know that if I told him, no, actually come pick me up, he would, you know?
Yeah.
So it's all about you knowing the intention of that person. And then I also want to make his life better, his life easier, you know? Like I don't want to add more strain and stress to him for no reason. So especially if they're working and stuff and they treat you very well, I will always find a way to make your life easier.
Yeah, it's. I think the dynamic changes once you get to really know each other, and once you have built that trust, right?
Yeah.
You have built the trust where you know that he will take care of you no matter what. But now you know, so now you can change the dynamic. But why I wouldn't change it in the first, let's say 6 months, because
You don't want to get him used to it.
yeah, because I'm like, I mean, of course, we can all do whatever we want. We can walk ourselves back home. We can kind of, make our own money and build our own life. But again, like I want somebody who will be able to match that energy once you get into a family and like relationship.
You actually remind me of my mom. She has the same mindset. Like, I remember I went on my first date, and I'm super close to my mom, and I tell her everything. So I think I was like 18, and I went first time on a date with my first ever boyfriend, and he had a car. So we went to the coffee or something, I don't even remember, and he dropped me off, and while he was dropping me off, we stopped to like recharge his car, like he needs some petrol, and I paid for it. And I came back home and I told my mom, oh, actually I paid for his petrol, and she was like, what?
I would react the same. If my daughter told me that, I would just tell her never ever see that guy again.
And my mom was like, you're not working, that's my money.
She's right. She's right.
And she was like, never go on a date if the guy will not like show you an offer to, I don't know, book you a cab or he will not come to pick you up and drop you off. And I was like, okay, fine. But I don't know. I still have this mindset like,
Wow. So I think that, but I think that I feel like saying that someone has low standards. By the way, I said this earlier, but that was my dry humor kicking in. I don't actually mean it. I just mean that I think that you're nonchalant about things. Like, I think that as long as something doesn't hurt you and you're still happy, then and it works for you, then there's nothing wrong with it, you know? But I do feel that as long, like, that's pretty much it. Like, you need to be happy in that sense. Like, if you feel like your partner or the guy you're seeing not dropping you off is actually like, you know what, like, you're not making me feel valued, then don't see that person again. Then look for someone that makes you feel valued. But if that does not change how you feel about yourself and you feel like regardless, you feel very worthy and valued and what they do doesn't matter, then I guess like there's no problem, you know? It's really about how you feel.
If I'm dating a guy and I would be like, oh babe, I'm so tired, like I cannot walk, can you come and pick me up? And he was not gonna do that. Of course that's gonna be a red flag for me. Like,
Yeah.
you're not taking care of me, you're not taking care of my health.
Situations.
But if we say, oh babe, we are living in the opposite side, like it's okay, I can get a cab, but you can drop me off home. Like that's fine for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna, it's not a big
I
deal.
wanted to say that there is situation also, like if it's a habit of him to never pay, to never pick you up, to never pull out the chair, never open the door. Like if it's really someone who's lazy and you can say it on a day-to-day basis, you'll be like, okay, bye-bye, you know what I mean?
Nice meeting you.
Pulling the chair
If it
is
happened
like,
once in a blue moon or once every 10 months, I won't like pick you up just for that moment on that particular day when you didn't drop me off, you know what I mean?
I think
because I
Vale-
know on the other day you did.
Yeah.
And I know that like it's not, if it's a habit of him to be this kind of person, to never pay, to never be this
Generous,
gentleman,
yeah.
basically. I'll be like, okay, I know who you are, and will you drop our daughter at school even?
Good question. Yeah, really good question.
So I guess the gist of this conversation is if you're a man that's looking to split the bill or have your bill covered by a woman, hit up Anisa. If you're a man that's ready to pay for the bill and be ready to send the car and be ready to pay for the bill, hit up Valentina. And if you're ready for 50-50, hit up Naida. But yeah, I think that, guys, as long as you're happy and as long as...
I don't want to date 50-50 though.
Sorry, let me rephrase. If you're ready for a trad wife, hit up Naida. But guys, honestly, if you're happy, like that's all that matters. But do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that... Okay, I feel like we went completely off conversation. This was about the first date. You guys believe that a man should pay on the first date for everything, pick you up, drop you off? Or do you think it doesn't matter? Let us know your thoughts. We want to know what you think. And thank you guys for watching our episode.
Thank you.
See you on the next one.